Genesis 40, the cupbearer and the baker. That's what we'll be reading tonight. So obviously we are just waiting to let people come in. So once we hit that minute marker, sorry, I know we're a little late. We kind of did some Christmas shopping, so we were out. Just got home. So, but as soon as we get started here in just a moment, we're like I said, Genesis 40. I believe there's only 50 chapters in Genesis, so we only got 10 more chapters of Genesis to go. So I'm wondering if this is going to be another one that's kind of like off to the side, and hopefully everything will come together, because some stuff, it just seems like I don't know why we're reading about this. So, but maybe there's like stories I should go back and look. So, but here we go with Genesis 40, the cupbearer and the baker. Sometime later, the cupbearer and the baker of the king of Egypt offered their master, the king of Egypt. Pharaoh was angry with his two officials, the chief cupbearer and the chief baker, and put them in custody in the house of the captain of the guard. In the same prison where Joseph was confined, the captain of the guard assigned them to Joseph, and he attended to them. Okay, now we know where we're going. After they had been in custody for some time, each of the two men, the cupbearer and the baker of the king of Egypt, who were being held in prison, had a dream the same night, and each dream had a meaning of its own. When Joseph came to them the next morning, he saw that they were dejected. So he asked Pharaoh's officials who were in custody with him in his master's house, "Why are your faces so sad today?" "We both had dreams," they answered, "but there is no one to interpret them." Then Joseph said to them, Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me your dreams." So the chief cupbearer told Joseph his dream. He said to him, "In my dream I saw a vine in front of me, and on the vine were 3 branches. As soon as it budded, it blossomed, and it clustered, ripened into grapes. Pharaoh's cup was in my hand. I took the grapes and squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup and put the cup in his hand. This is what it means." Joseph said to him, "The tree branches are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head and restore you to your position, and you will put Pharaoh's cup in his hand just as you used to do when you were his cupbearer. But when all goes well with you, remember me and show me kindness. Mention me to Pharaoh and get me out of this prison. For I was forcibly carried off from the land of the Hebrews, and even here I have done nothing to deserve being put into a dungeon." When the chief baker saw that Joseph had given a favorable interpretation, he said to Joseph, "I too had a dream. On my head were 3 baskets of bread. In the top basket were all kinds of baked goods for Pharaoh, but the birds were eating them out of the basket on my head." "This is what it means," Joseph said. "The 3 baskets are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift off your head and hang you on a tree, and the birds will eat away your flesh." Now the 3rd day was Pharaoh's birthday, and he gave a feast for all his officials. He lifted up the heads of the chief cupbearer and the chief baker in the presence of his officials. He restored the chief cupbearer to his position, so he once again put the cup into Pharaoh's hand, but he hanged the chief baker. But as Joseph had said to them in his interpretation, the chief cupbearer, however, did not remember Joseph. He forgot him. Joseph. So there we go. That was it. So that was Genesis 40. So tomorrow night, obviously, be Genesis 41. Joseph is placed in charge of Egypt, Pharaoh's dream. So thank you guys for joining me for this. Once again, this is just a commitment I made and decided to live stream it to keep myself honest. I've only missed 2 nights. I've read a chapter every night, but I enjoy doing it. I find it very interesting. It's not the first time I've read the Bible, but thank you guys for going through with this. And like I said, if you want to be, I don't really set up anything, so maybe you want to set up notifications if that's what you're coming back for. But other than that, thank you guys for joining me, and I hope I see you tomorrow for Genesis 4:1. We'll see you later. Bye. If you're here, Kevin, hello.